We'll talk about all of that in just a bit. But before that, let me take it across to my colleague Ashesha, who is joining us to tell us how is the global commentary looking like. Ashesha.
Well, yes, Shrishti, first up, let's put the spotlight on some important commentary that has come in from U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on tariffs, where he says that U.S. trade deals will largely be done by October. That's some important commentary that has come in with respect to trade deals. He, in fact, also goes ahead and says that tariffs should melt if trade rebalances and that the impact of tariff will be limited on the U.S. economy. Apart from that, we also have some commentary that has come in from rate cuts this year. Where we have Michelle Bowman, Federal Reserve Governor. She goes on and says that she's urging fellow policymakers to begin rate cut at Fed's next meeting in September. In fact, she also says that she expects at least 3 rate cuts in the remainder of this calendar year. So that's some important commentary that has come in with respect to rate cuts and the Federal Reserve meeting that is scheduled to happen in the month of September. Let's also put the spotlight on some commentary on Russia and Ukraine war, where US President Donald Trump says that we are getting closer to ending the Russia-Ukraine war. Remember, US President Donald Trump will be meeting Vladimir Putin on Friday, that is the 15th of August. So any kind of commentary and peace deal that is signed between Russia and Ukraine will of course be a positive for the global economy. Meanwhile, Zelensky has been very clear on his stance. He has said that Ukraine will not give up land for peace. Perhaps negotiations are going to be challenging in the meeting that takes place over the next few days. Lastly, let's also put the spotlight on some commentary on the trade deal between America and China, where J.D. Vance, US Vice President, says that Trump has been thinking about tariffs on China over oil imports from Russia, just the way they did for India. But he also says and clarifies that Trump has not made any firm decisions as yet. Remember, America's equation with China is different. He says China issue is a little more complicated because our relationship with China is complicated. And that, remember, they've already negotiated over the last few months. He also goes ahead and says that it affects a lot of other things that have nothing to do with the Russian situation. So those are some of the important commentaries that have come in with respect to Russia-Ukraine war. And most importantly, the peace deal that is likely to be signed over the next few days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lot of important meetings lined up. Lot of important meetings lined up. First, it's going to be a meeting of President Trump, President Putin in Alaska on the 15th of August. And then, of course, that conversation as well, which has already transpired between the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Putin as well, ahead of them meeting later in the month, hopefully.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.